Okay, let's see.
Yep, it looks like it's starting on my end on the
Okay,
studio.
and we're back. Thanks, Lexi.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. So we're cut off for a minute due to some kind of a YouTube streaming issue. However, we're back, and back to you, Tilo.
Thank you. 10 minutes have passed. I have no idea where I was. Lexi said something, and then I had a thought. Lexi, what did you say?
We were talking about why we have a stream, why we're going to have a streaming committee, a steering committee.
We do need a streaming committee after that. We'll be right back after the interruption. So I think the train of thought was that in the project, maintainers and sometimes contributors, we already feel that this is a very open project. It should not be controlled by any company. It should be stewarded by the community. And we feel that. So we're looking for a way to express that, right? And so these committees shouldn't be like alien or something strange to us. They should feel natural. I think this is a good indicator of whether we're doing the right thing. And something I wanted to get Cyan's opinion on is for the technical committee, because we're looking for someone to more or less help us getting acknowledged, getting a go to releases. Would it be a good role for the technical committee to basically give the thumbs up whether a release has a go or not, depending on the test results we present? Would that be something that would overlap with the idea that we had, Cyan, on simplifying release go, no-goes?
I think I would still keep it to the maintainers, but what we can do is that we can keep the groups smaller, but I will not take it to the technical committee because I think the scope is much bigger for them, and given the technical committee might be involved in other things, and this might delay things more.
Okay.
But I think we usually have another question: should we do a release or not? That usually we can take it to the technical committee.
Oh, that's a good one. I like it.
Yeah, so I think that falls in the scope of the technical committee. So yeah.
But I guess the question is, should we have both, right? And what is kind of the consensus for and against?
Should we have technical committee or not?
I mean, the question is, should we have both the steering committee and the technical committee?
Yes. I think both serves very different things, and we can definitely have. So the steering committee have more people from different working groups, be it docs, design, comms, and others in general. And then the technical committee can have just folks from the technical subgroups getting voted. Like, I mean, they can be chair and then they get voted into into the technical committee. I am +1 on this, having both.
So I just posted that I think there should be one due to separation of power and responsibilities. So I guess if you guys think similarly, you can just add an emoji here, which is a very elaborate way of voting. Or if you're not, then comment and then voice your opinion why, or how would you change it. I'm thinking if we should maybe. Is there a way to make a comment about all of them? Okay, so is there anything else you guys would like to mention about the first question, which is the sole existence of these committees, or should we move on?
I think if there's no opposition.
Okay. So if you later have anything,
will you be throwing this into the group as well for the others to?
Oh yeah, it's already posted in the general channel. However, it's posted with the link that allows you to comment only. so no one else can edit the actual page, just in case.
Yeah, and I think it should be mentioned that just because we're doing this right now does not take away, everybody's going to be able to comment
Mhm.
for the next two
Absolutely.
weeks, and then we'll like have like once we have all the information from everyone, and we have a consensus. And some things are not going to have consensus. Some things we're going to have to actually figure out what fits best for everybody, and sometimes there's going to be compromises. But that will come when we have something to present that will actually go to a vote.
Mhm. Yes. So just remember, you can post there anytime you have something to add. Okay. So the next one is what should the steering committee be responsible for? So this is coming back to the part we discussed earlier, right? I think it's going to be uh, responsibilities. Yes, right. So this here is, let's make that bigger. Right. So the steering committee is responsible for, as of right now in the draft, setting and defending the non-technical vision, mission, and values of the project, defining and evolving the project's governance structure, creating and approving charters for project-wide groups such as committees, working groups, and subgroups. Oops, sorry. Acting as the final escalation point for non-technical disputes in the project. So this is also something we discussed, maybe renaming from escalations to something like mediation or something even something else. Managing the project's relationship with CNCF. I'm sorry, I'm on call today, and due to that, I have my phone on speaker. Let me just turn all that off. Okay. Okay, sorry. So managing things like, for example, relationship with CNCF or other outside bodies, advising on trademark, branding, advocacy, and other non-technical project matters. So, for example, going back to the example of a complete restructuring of the website, right? If there were some kind of an impact on, for example, branding, right? This matter would be brought in to the steering committee and to be discussed there. Um, yes.
Yeah, so I think they could also do things like the governance is one part. I think like the decision making stuff, which I don't think like there would be things which are not governance, but mostly like decision making without going into details of like day to day things. And the other thing is the growth of the project and how is the project performing, and those all things are also into the steering committee's purview.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree. Do we have that specified somewhere? I think partially in here, defining what it means for a project to be good in good standing.
Okay,
Um,
good. Yeah.
Like, should it be also like it's like a
oh, and here.
non-technical roadmap, like right, like where's the project heading, and
What's this one?
right, yeah. I'm just piggybacking on what Cyan was saying
Oh, okay.
about
Yeah, I
um,
think this covers most of the like the bullet points covers most of them.
Okay, cool. Thank you. And yeah, and holding and delegating authority over product-wide assets, right, such as GitHub organization ownership, websites, domains, mailing lists, social media accounts, and similar resources, right? So, for example, maybe, for example, let's say that we manage our GitHub subgroups via Terraform, right, which is something we're planning to add. Maybe adding individual or like reshuffling individual people uh, in those lists, right, to give them permissions should not be on their responsibility, right? However, maybe, for example, like approving the existence of such a mechanism would be approved by them, right? Uh, okay, and yeah, this is basically this question, right? Um, I'm gonna just Can I?
One more thing, we do mention like advocacy, trademark, branding. So I think we should make a page around this, maybe at a later point of time, just putting out there, because these do create a lot of conflict. As I was part of the PyCons, there they have a PSF trademarks, and every time we design a new logo or something, we had to actually take it back to PSF, get it approved, and then only we could use it. So, but they had like a fixed set of guidelines, and if we were breaking it, the steering committee there would be like questioning us and then making that right, helping us to make that right. So I think those words probably needs more attention at a later point of time.
It's something that I have on my to-do list at one point, is to just get all the assets, the branding guidelines that I had from like 10 years ago, to get all of that and maybe have like another repo just for our assets, our design assets. But yeah, just a side a side note.
Personally, I don't know much about branding, so I leave that to the two of you.
I would love that, because I would have a go-to repo to find Flatcar, slide deck, template, and whatnot.
Yeah.
So that would be amazing.
Yeah, I mean, we were working on it at one point, but priorities were constantly shifting, and I'm right now doing the rejects one, and it's just a lot. So but Flatcar is on it, on the to-do list.
No, yeah, I agree. Because, like, for example, recently I was searching for a slide deck, and I did create my own from scratch. But I was like literally like scraping the website for SVGs, right? Which was not a nice experience.
It's not good. Even just having like swag and like our past designs and the colors that we use, and yeah, there's just a lot to do there, but just need to have a focus on it.
Absolutely. So in here, I created a comment. So basically, as defined in, and I think I managed to link to that exact section, or I didn't. However, basically, this is a comment that says, I agree with this. So if you do, we can add an emoji. If you do not, please comment why and how would you change it. Okay, so moving on. What should the technical committee be responsible for? Right. So this is, I think, a good third question, because it's basically, well, third in its importance overall. So if we scroll down in the draft, we can go to the Flatcar technical committee and its responsibilities. We can see these things here. So that is setting and defending the technical direction and architecture of the project, right? Owning and maintaining the process for technical proposals, design reviews, architectural decisions, or similar project-wide technical processes, right? So if you're redesigning a SAP command in a CLI tool, that is most likely not the scope here. However, if you're, for example, changing half of the infrastructure, this is most likely something that would fall into it. Defining project-wide technical standards and conventions. So, for example, some time ago, we did a standardization of our branching and contribution and review rules, right? So this is something that would be in the technical committee's hands at some point. Resolving technical disputes or escalations that cannot be resolved within a single subgroup, right? Again, here, maybe renamed to mediation. You can imagine two maintainers having two different ideas about implementing something or whatever. They cannot come to a conclusion. They can ask for help. Coordinating technical direction across repositories, subgroups, and cross-cutting initiatives. Advising, and very important here, actually, advising the steering committee on technical implications of non-technical decisions, right? Let's say, we're gonna be now supported by X company and not Y company, right? Maybe that will, for example, impact where we host our infrastructure, right? This would be something they would advise on. This is kind of a serious example, but we can imagine that some of these decisions have these kinds of implications. And any questions, comments, ideas? Does anyone actually know how I can like link to a specific section in Google Docs?
It's automatic. Every headline is a link. You can just right-click it and then create link, and then you should get offered the headlines.
Yeah, usually there's like a little
Copy headline.
Copy link to head.
toggle.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
toggle over it. Sometimes it even has
Oh,
like a
You
little.
want to cross-link? Okay, it's a different doc. Yeah, no, that works. That's a comment. Okay,
Wait, is that going to work?
that makes sense. Yeah,
Yeah,
that makes sense.
yeah, it looks good.
Hey, it worked. Okay. I'm genuinely surprised. Okay.
It's not like 360. Anyway.
I know, right?
Like,
This is like some
Microsoft stuff.
this is like some advanced technology right here. Okay. Okay. It should be good now. So like again, if you have any opinions, feedback, you want to agree with it or not, please use this comment as your place to do so. Or just post it, whatever. Can we go to the next one? Cool. So what work should explicitly remain outside both committees? All right, so this is a very important one, and this has been the major part of the feedback we've gathered so far from all of you. For example, should normal repo creation, CI setup, etc., be part of review? So far, from what we've heard, the answer is no. This is defined in both of the committees. Here's the steering committee. What the steering committee does not do. Let me also post these links here. As defined in steering here, technical here. So for example, for the steering one, creating, renaming repositories, not their issue. Granting, adjusting normal project access for maintainers, right? For example, you work with infrastructure. Would you like to work with communication subgroup right now? This is not what the committee is going to be working on, right? This is between maintainers, right? Let's not slow you down. For the technical one, let me see. Oh, no, not this one. This one. Copy it again. Similarly, ordinary review, merge decisions, right? This is not something they're going to be doing. Routine package addition, stuff like that, bots tooling. This is not what this committee is doing. In both cases, it's about something that is project-wide, right? More overarching, that is impactful across multiple areas. And these are outlined here. Okay. Any questions? Anything? Or should we move on? Okay, cool. How should the two communities work together, right? So this is outlined in here for the technical committee. Where do I? All right, because you need to select the header only. Okay, I'm learning. Basically, they're supposed to advise each other, right, and not step over each other's toes. If there's a decision that has implications in the other ones, they should consult that. And that's kind of it, honestly.
Have you discussed this before in the group?
Yes, Sam.
Do they need to meet on a regular basis?
Sorry?
I think they can work separately. What do you think?
Sorry, give me a second. My brain cannot do two tasks at one.
Yeah, maybe Lexi can add one.
Well, yeah, no, I feel like, there's going to be a lot of work for the maintainers. I do you think that maybe meeting regularly would be a bigger ask than maybe we want to put on them? But then again, I don't know. I'm not sure if that's like a if that might, yeah, it should maybe be just as needed, right?
Yes, I think it would be like not to add as like mandatory thing, but something which can be like if we feel there is a need, we can add it later, but not at the moment. I think that would be too much to ask at the beginning. Tilo?
I'd like to give a different perspective. So I think one of the main day-to-day tasks or week-to-week tasks that either committee needs to commit to when people would be running for a vote and for a seat in the committee is to observe. So the committee should be up to date on what the project is doing. They should participate or at least watch all the community meetings. They should have a rough idea of what the issue tracker looks like, technical committee in particular. And so something that I would add as at least a required task for each committee is to issue a say quarterly report on the project. The steering committee on ongoing initiatives and successes of these initiatives, and they don't need to drive these initiatives, but they need to demonstrate awareness, right? And the technical committee about basically the main work streams, the main challenges in the project. This would force both committees into a active observer role, so they're up to date on project proceedings. I don't want to say at all points in time because that's asking way too much, but they should have a good gut feeling on what's going on in the project and what, particularly in their areas of competence. And they could, of course, reach out to maintainers and to other members of the project and complain that they lack insight in this or that, right? And then it's going to be fixed. So they need to be empowered to actually do their duties and get all the information that they need. But this is something I would sign the committees up for. Like, this is your task, at least. Handle escalations and be more or less informed on what's going on here.
I think we need to really definitely define like what our ask is going to be to these folks, right? And that's and what's too much and what's not enough, right? Is like a tough thing to gauge, because yeah, I feel like I actually, Cyan, I feel like you've been kind of seeing some more of these, like especially with the Kubernetes committee. I'm sure that you've had a little bit more insight. How much are projects asking of their committees? Do you know?
I mean, they should meet regularly in team, but jointly, I'm speaking, they might need to like not meet very regularly. The report that Thilo said, that's a very good thing. That actually gets all the they at that point of time they can probably sit and draft the report. I think that reports actually should be made, but I think they all the working groups, at least in Kubernetes as well, they meet on a very regular basis. But it's separately meeting, basically steering committee meeting themselves and discussing all the issues they have, and then technical committee meeting and having issues they have. They could probably and what I'm saying is that at this point of time we don't decide like if we should have a regular meeting or not, but if we are seeing there's too much of conflict happening, we could add this thing into the charter that like or like into the structure that they need to meet like on a quarterly basis to discuss issues that involves both the committees.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say we could also just as leave it to them, because like Yeah, there's going to be that was
Sorry.
there's going to be meetings for each committee by themselves, but maybe, yeah, we could let them decide whether how they're going to interact with each other. Is that kind of, does that feel like that's okay to, like, we could do quarterly, but they could also say biannually or more or less.
Yes, that's the thing. I mean, we leave the decision to them. They would, anyways, like there would be the
Mhm.
first set of rules, and then as they grow, as they, the both the committees start working, they would understand that these things might not work for us. That this is working for us, so they might adapt to those things. So they would add rules, remove rules. So those things would happen. So that's the thing. I mean, if they need to meet on a monthly basis, that's also fine, and if they need to meet on a 6 months cadence, that's also fine. But let's leave that to them rather than we deciding it on the first go. But I think the report thing, we can probably write that annual report for how the community is doing would be really great, on what the work has been done by these both teams. And yeah, I'll try to find examples because I've seen this happening in other communities.
Maybe we could basically set a baseline and say that they can change it. So, for example, we can say that, like you said, by default, they're required to do an annual report and maybe meet bi-monthly, for example. However, this is, you know, this can be changed by these committees themselves as they see fit in the future. And maybe say like minimum one meeting per half a year or something. Okay. Uh, okay, I'm just gonna write that down. Okay. Yes, that also. Okay.
Or what we can do is, um, we can have in like a tree of how we arrange it. So basically, the steering committee stays on the top. Maybe the technical committee is below them, and then that would help. Maybe like that adds more to the steering committee, but then they are not basically on the same level, but they are one above another. So
I'm not sure I understand, to be honest. Could you?
basically, like in a hierarchy, if you talk of like the steering committee and technical committee, um, um, so steering committee is on the very top. They decide everything, and then the technical committee comes beneath it. This and basically reports back to the steering committee, and all the working groups are beneath the technical committee.
Is that your proposal or how we perceive our draft so far?
I was proposing that I need to see, because one question that came in my mind, but like what working groups or what all things would be there under steering committee, and so that was one of the things. So I basically need to, like, I would anyways give it another thought, like, and probably draft it down.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this was just a thought when I was thinking right now, like uh, when we are writing what all things happen in the report, a lot of the working groups might come under technical committee, and what would the steering committee be writing on? And so that's when I was like, maybe steering committee stays on the top in the hierarchy, and then technical committee comes below it.
Mm-hmm. I was thinking more about both of them being equal. to each other, right? So to have some kind of a separation of power, and they both could have um, some kind of a unit of organization below them, right? So, for example, the technical one could have a I don't know, infrastructure working group below it, right? And the steering committee could, for example, have a branding and PR working group also below it. But these would be, like separate but equal, right? Just different responsibilities, right?
Yeah, we were discussing on the same point. I mean, keeping them equal. But I'll think this through. I'll probably, if I have points, then I'll raise it on the talks.
Okay. Okay, cool. So I guess we can move to the next one, or does anyone want to add anything else? Okay. So how many seats should the steering committee have? This is a very important one. So Kubernetes, for example, has 7. Istio uses 13. And also, I guess the 6th question is kind of tied the 7th one, or 8th one, I guess also, which is basically the seats, right? So how many are there, and what types are there? And if there are many types, right, how many seats of each type are there, right? And by types, we understand, for example, that there is a community type or a contributor type of a seat, right? So someone that is a maintainer can be in one seat. However, we may decide to, on purpose, allow some seats to some of our main users, right? So that they also have a say in how things are governed. So what are your opinions on that? Yes, Lexi?
Well, I guess to start things off, it should be definitely an odd number. I also want, because you mentioned that Istio has 13, I just want to put in here that, these are big asks. So I do think that we should keep it to a number that is attainable for us. I was thinking 5 even, where there's, maybe 3 maintainers and 2 non-maintainers or something like that. I'm just spitballing here, but that's what I was initially thinking, because that would be at least 3 maintainers that are diverse, and then two asks. And I'm thinking about that because we're going to have to actually fill these seats, and I'm thinking that will be an attainable goal for the beginning. If we need to change it and increase it, we could do it at a later date.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I don't think we could fill out 13 seats. There might be fewer than that people that are actually trying to get these seats. Personally, I was thinking about 7, and also instead of maybe having designated seats for 5 for, or like 4 for maintainers and 3 for community members, maybe having just limits on the what did I want to say? Sorry. Basically, like having it more of a, like, no limits on that many seats belong to maintainers, for example, and that many seats belong to committee members. More of a kind of a free for all. Sam?
But then at a later point of time, usually there are more maintainers, code maintainers, and the representation of the non-code participants are also important. Um, so do you factor the, when you talk of maintainers, do you factor the core non-code maintainers as well, or just the maintainers, like core technical maintainers?
I think it's everyone who's a maintainer. So non-technical maintainers as well.
Okay.
And the community members would be, someone who's very active in the community, right, representing us. However, is not technical maintainer, or maybe someone who's a huge user of Flatcar, right? Like for example, I've seen in some projects, there are people that are um, not contributing to the project via code or even maybe like branding or events, but for example, are always there to help users, right, with questions, like
Then they would come into some group or the other, right?
yeah, but they might not, right, or they're just purely users. Lexi.
I think I also was thinking, for people that would be in a steering committee that are non-maintainers, I was thinking of like user groups like and I'm just spitballing names, but I was thinking of like people from Kubernetes because they're users, or Giant Swarm because they're users, or Adobe.
Mm-hmm.
So it would be people that rely on our technology, are knowledgeable in the ecosystem, and they have they have a reason to be there, right?
Mm-hmm.
um, and um, um, and have been with, and knowledgeable about Flatcar for a long time. So I was thinking about it also in that way.
Yeah.
But when the terms ends, will that be replaced only by a member of the same level, or like a maintainer can also replace them?
Uh,
I'm not really sure.
could
I
you
think that's
repeat?
what we had to decide, I guess.
I think that's where like it would help to have a limit, like maybe five maintainers and two users, contributors or something of those from
Mhm.
those. Like,
So maybe let's go through these questions step by step so we narrow down what we're not sure about. So, for example, when it comes to the seats, the pure number of seats, we're not talking here about types yet. Um, Personally, I'm in favor of 7 because it's gonna sound dumb, but like it's close to 5 to the point where it's not crazy like 13, for example. However, it still allows for some diversity. Um, I understand that 5 is also a very reasonable number. Um, so I'm just gonna post about that again if I manage to do that. And I guess you can go ahead and vote through the comments. Which one you prefer more? Anyone else think about some kind of a number? It's a code number. Yeah, I think 7 is. It's supposed to be a lucky number, I think.
That is true. Lucky number 7.
Okay. So about that, just please go ahead and vote. So the next question is really what we're discussing right now, right? So should the steering committee have one type of seat or multiple types? So we're not yet discussing what types in general, just if there should be a division at all, right? That later can be taken into account when it comes to actual voting, right? Um, Initially, I thought that we should, but personally, now I have a feeling that maybe we should not, because I also feel like, you know, year to year, there might be simply fluctuations into with what types of people are most engaged with governance of Flatcar. So, for example, I can imagine that right now it's mostly maintainers, but maybe in a few years it's going to be more about the committee members, and maybe even later it's going to be maintainers again. And I would say we maybe shouldn't have seat types. Or
I
maybe,
think again, I think we should just keep it to one type and let the steering committee decide on that.
yeah, but we need to vote. We need to create the steering committee in the first place. So who's going to be on the steering committee if you do not know who can, be voted in?
I mean, we could just have like the maintainers and the users things that we talked of. That could be the split. Next.
Yes.
Yeah, I wonder. So to Science point, to like leave it to the committee, I feel like it could always evolve into that. Like initially we have one type, but if we identify that it can work best if we have multiple, if we should differentiate, I feel like that could be an option to just, do one type, but then it will evolve.
Mm-hmm. I think this. If we were to leave it to the steering committee, having it know seed types at first would be the right call, right? Sam?
I think we could have a discussion document, like what we are discussing now. These all things could be there into like a folder, and probably anyways they would be like they would be doing meetings, and like how Kubernetes does it, like they have like um, mm, mm, what do you say, they have this meeting docs and agenda docs, maybe have like a document on GitHub as well. But I think these points could be just written down. But for the first committee, I think it should be very simple, because there would be too much things to figure out, and
Mm-hmm.
it would be most important to track that the project is going to the right direction. So that is so I want them to pick like the most the task that would be the most beneficial for Flatcar, something on those lines. So these things might not be of that importance at this moment.
Mm-hmm. Oh shit! Sorry. So
Because like I shared the Kubernetes one, I just saw all the co-founders of the Kubernetes project in there, in the beginning, the first charter. And from there they basically spawned out, like they just built out of it. And that's how I envision as well. I mean, keep it small and simple, and then let it grow from there on their own.
so we would basically start with no seed types, like no limits, right? Just whatever people get there, they
I,
get there, right? And then the steering can be regulated itself.
I think we could keep contributor. The next question, the contributor and the community seats. And that could be one place that we could just have like maintainers and like few users, which I like, because then there would be a user perspective. But putting there more categorization would not help a lot. So you can keep it there later at that. Like if they want to remove that at a later point of time, that's on them.
Okay, I'm kind of confused because um, we're saying that both they should regulate it themselves, right? But then we have that chicken and egg question paradox of how
No,
do we
so
create a committee that
yeah, so just to reiterate, like what are the seed types are you planning to have?
um,
Like if I have
this
to
is
answer like seven, like multiple seed types.
so this is also kind of an open question. So, for example, we can have a contributor seed type, right? So someone who's
Mm,
actively contributing. Tilo?
mm,
Yeah, actually we had that discussion in the CNCF graduation
Sync.
meeting briefly, and I slept over it. And so the best thing I can come up with, like basically turning the thing on its head again, right? This is a mechanism to expose and to codify the intent or de facto the living reality of the project to be community stewarded, and to attract non-technical people and possibly even new contributors through seats in these committees, and to get Flatcar users more involved into the project. However, that is a goal. It's not a state we're in right now, right? So predefining seats from the very beginning might kind of have us end up in this state where we can't even form the committees because we can't satisfy our own requirements for the right. So
right.
the solution I have to this problem is, and Most interestingly, I took this from minority participation in committees in general and how this is run. Because contributors in these committees or users in these committees are currently minority. So it works like that. You put up a number of volunteers who want to go into these committees. If any of the minorities you want to have in the committees is on the voting list, they automatically get a seat. You know what I mean? So they get preference because you want that diversity in the committee. However, if you don't have a representative of that specific minority, even in the volunteer list who are running for seat, then the forming of the committee is not blocked. Cyan is typing vigorously.
No, I was typing on Discord, but I do agree to your point that that's exactly what I wanted to say. I think um, that's the gist of it. I mean, I think we are all on the same page at this moment.
Cool.
So, sorry.
Does that make sense for people on this call, for everybody involved? Like, is that enough room for users and contributors to join the committee? Or is the bar too low and I'm ruining things?
I think it makes sense. You know, because I feel like we want to be inclusive and then let things kind of fall where they may. I think to put too much structure might turn people away initially.
I have to go. I mean, from my personal example, I have tried to I once formed a group and I tried to over engineer things in that committee, and things just fell flat on its face. I'm just taking examples from there, just keeping it simple in the beginning, and then spreading it out is much more beneficial. And another thing I noticed, I mean, was doing this digging yesterday that. The calls for Kubernetes committees are there on YouTube, and you would notice that the users are also joining, those people who are not there in the committee, and that's a very good signal for people to join in, see what's happening, and then be part of it at a later point of time.
So, Tilo, your proposal is that we would have. Could you help me write it down so I don't get it mixed up?
I think Tilo is
okay. So, do you remember what Tilo said, Sam?
So Tilo was talking about including those folks in that matter. Yes.
However, I don't exactly understand how.
I mean, how, as in like for the first group, or like do you want like a concrete answer types?
Yeah, like, because I fully agree with the fact that we should involve our users, and that kind of Tilo's back. Okay. So basically, could you repeat, Tilo, how would we involve this kind of a user minority part of people in the actual committee?
I think that should be separate from. So if we can ensure that if we have minority presence in the voters list, that these minorities get elevated and can secure a seat, then attracting these parts of the community can be outsourced from that document and can be pursued separately. And I mean, of course, we should measure ourselves on our success in getting those people in, right? But it wouldn't stop us from getting started with both steering and technical committee. And by the way, I think it makes a lot of sense to have users in the technical committee, right? Because they're using it.
Do you think the concept of jury that you have, like they are on the sidelines looking, but they have a say in that. uh, Something on those lines, maybe. I'm not sure, because one concern that I have now is, like, suppose there are 7 seats, 5 of them are, like, suppose maintainers, 2 are users, and then when the voting happens, the maintainers just push the proposal through and users don't get to say anything. So
I mean, the ideal distribution is roughly, we should have, it would be of benefit to identify at least 3 different groups of interest here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Say companies using the project, contributors and maintainers, and then strive basically for alignment across those groups. You're making a very good point that no individual group should have the majority, particularly in the steering committee. Might be different in the technical committee, but in the steering committee, yeah, there should be, I think, proper representation of all interest groups involved.
So, for example, we would have like 6 people, let's say, and 2 maintainers, 2 company people, and 2 users.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Lexi?
I do agree that we need the same representation. The only thing that is, well, just logistically, having an even number puts us at risk of having a deadlock, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just that just would create more governance around what what does that mean and what steps do we take after that, and so I think um,
can we park this and come back to this
yeah.
later? I think because we are going, so just like if we can park this and then we get some fresh air and then we can think some more
Yeah.
about this later.
Okay. So, what would you guys say for a 10-minute break?
Yeah, let's maybe.
I have a hard stop at in roughly 30 minutes. How about we find a good kind of wrap up to wind this down, and then basically do a rehash in the meeting next week?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So
do we move on? Lexi, do you answer?
Yeah, I think so. If I think really, we got started, which is great, right? I think we need to really have everybody do this kind of asynchronously, and then right, because I think we only have 1 meeting next week.
2 meetings.
2. Oh.
Yeah. Instead of CNCF saying, we're gonna have also.
Oh, great.
2 p.m. to 5 p.m. meeting.
Yeah, but I think maybe we could start taking, like, encourage everybody to do notes already, because I feel like even those 3 meetings wouldn't be, even those 2 meetings are not going to be enough for like the discussion points. For us to get through all of it. Sorry.
Yeah, I think the next meeting would also, like, we need to come prepared for the next meeting, and I think the third meeting would probably like finalizing the decisions that we have taken. So I think Jan, you probably need to push everyone to comment, and if we can make it a bit mandatory to, if people can join in at whatever convenience they have for the next meeting and give their thoughts, and anyways, or work async to add these all stuff, or add the comments in here.
It's much easier said than done. Forcing them
I
to
understand.
reply, unfortunately. Um, Honestly, I would say that we can make them aware as much as we can. However, at the end, if they chose to not join this discussion and that decision will be made without their input, they chose to do that. And I cannot force them to give input. Lexi?
I was thinking maybe what we can do on Monday on the 13th, after our kickoff or whatever, like in the afternoon, uh, we could open up a Discord channel for like just sitting and doing your own stuff together, and just everybody will just have that open, and maybe, we'll just lead by example and like all of us, and whoever can join, we could at least start on making some comments. And that way we're all together, but not everybody has to be talking at the same, like talking about it. And then, like I feel like Discord's good for that. We could just create the meetings, and then make sure that it's encouraged.
I agree, absolutely.
Yeah.
In fact, personally, I could be even sitting on Discord every day until we get this finished.
Yeah.
These meetings are, I think, nice because they're a very defined point where we can discuss this, and they're also public, right? I mean, our Discord is also public, right? But this is, being saved, and it shows that we are working through this openly, right? Like a project like this should.
Yeah.
So I think so. Yeah, absolutely. Doing a meeting, actually, because right today is Thursday, right? So I mean, personally, even tomorrow, I think I could be simply hanging out on Discord, and if someone wants to join and discuss these topics, right? Be it synchronously on Discord or just ping me that they posted a few comments, right? Or ping any one of you guys. Um, Absolutely, I think this is a great idea. So tomorrow, Monday, Discord time, right?
We should also do it Wednesday, like
Yes.
any time that we
Yeah,
can,
absolutely.
just to encourage, because honestly, even just being on, we could also work on other governance as well if we don't have too much participation.
Yes.
So much governance and documentation work. So
Oh yeah, a lot, genuinely.
okay.
Before we close, I have one question for Yusuf since we have you here, and since you're a user, would you be interested in running for one of the chairs in one of the committees, and if so, for which? I mean, this is way too early to make any decisions. I just want to get kind of a test on how this is perceived outside of the maintainer circle.
Yeah, hi. Just trying to understand. I'm open for like whatever input I might like get. Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
We have
Okay.
one willing participant. Great. Yay.
Well,
Positive sign.
live. C'est la vie. Okay, so next one, I guess. Oh, this is kind of tied to what we just discussed, so we can omit that. Who should be eligible to run for the steering committee? My take, honestly, I don't know. What do you guys think?
I think they should have a good amount of contribution, not just code. I mean, they could be helping people on Discord, they could like comment on things, they could be at conferences, they could do designs, anything, but they should have a considerable amount of contributions that has helped the project. And usually wherever you run for an election, you have to submit a bio. I think Thilo also submitted a big bio, not a bio, but kind of what you have done for the community and what you will, what is your plan that you plan to do. And it's on the people who vote. They perceive if your people align with you or not. Like, you'd really need to have like some goals for the project. So yeah. Tilo, I think, yeah.
Alexi, Tilo,
Yeah, I think it's interesting because I wonder what the threshold is, right? Because I don't think that it should be as much as like a maintainer, but some of the people that I was thinking about were just like user companies, right? So they have a vested interest in the success of Flatcar, but yet they might not be actively contributing to it per se. So I think that my idea of it is a little bit more macro oversight. It's more like they have a vested interest, and like there's this, yeah. So I'm not sure, but contributions per se, this would be seen as a contribution. I don't know. It's just my 2 cents.
Yeah, I mean, so if you're a company, how I see contribution is primarily you will try to make things which, suppose you have like a customer base around it, or you are building the whole, your infra is on Flatcar. You would probably try to push things and advocate for Flatcar in various groups or in talks and stuff. So that definitely counts as contribution. So I would say like those do count. Like you'd probably write like, we have a cluster of Flatcar and we do use it, and I have plans that the Flatcar should be implementing these things. And as a member of the steering committee, I'll probably try to work with the GPU sake that to implement more of like AI stuff or maybe on those lines. So that's how I see that people drafting their applications, and then people take a vote on it. So yeah, and I'll try to bring examples. I mean, in Python steering, I think there was this person who had done who's went on to he went for the election, and the contributions they had was like they did some work at an Indian level, but they was planning to build a community in Gulf, and they really did not have any core contribution, but it's primarily about community building in Gulf, which did not have a lot, and that was just an idea. And that with that thing they posted, so there's no low or high barrier. Anyone can and everyone can like try to. It's on the people who vote if you get voted or not. So yeah.
so what would you guys like me to write down here when it comes to these eligibility questions? Just as comments so that people can, vote on them, give feedback, or would you like to write them down?
I can draft something down here, and then maybe we can discuss, or maybe someone else can also draft them down, and then maybe you can collate everything and draft it.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
So I'm thinking it should be just like loose, like it should be a very like a person that has contributed or is vested in the success of Flatcar, something like that. A contributor,
like they're a stakeholder.
yeah,
right?
stakeholder, but also like a contributor, which can vary in scope and area. Yeah, a contributor that can but at the end of the day is invested in the success of Flatcar, something like that.
I'm gonna just.
But I could also write that, so don't worry. I'll take on that on right now.
That'd be great. So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just sent the editing invite to all of the maintainer emails that I had in the maintainers mail list. So you guys should be now able to not only comment on the doc, but also edit. And if you could check if it works, that would be great. So yeah, this is so yeah. So all of these questions are kind of the topic we've been discussing, right? These four, which is who can vote, who can candidate, right? Um, Maybe I'm just gonna separate them just slightly like this, so it's easier to spot them. Um, yeah, let's just call it eligibility,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because this is basically what it is boiling down to.
Hmm.
I cannot type. Yeah, I don't know, because like I got one of these like keyboards, that my girlfriend calls it Van Gogh keyboard, right? It's like squiggly, and my space bar sometimes just doesn't work. Like if I click on the here, it just doesn't do anything. That's why I connect words sometimes. I need to press it like in the middle, then it's like all of a sudden registering a replace
One
question.
thing, one thing I just like to add here is like maybe one of the hard requirement would be like the time commitment. Like
Yeah.
you cannot just
Could you
stand
could you
in the
add that?
board.
Because at this point, I'm fearing that we have like so many suggestions that we're just gonna lose them.
Uh,
I'll do it. I'll because I'm just in the thing, and I'll just add a comment.
that's. I have a spare DAS keyboard though. I think you can
Get it to
see.
Jan.
Time commitment should be
Sorry.
non-negotiable.
So because look at DAS keyboard. Where's the DAS keyboard? If I Google it, is it going to?
Right,
Jan, you don't know das keyboard?
Am I supposed to be aware?
It's the most amazing way to type. Cyan has one. I have one. You
I
just
have two.
Oh, like a
Cyan has two.
oh, like one without.
No. You can actually get it with. You can get it labeled. Like no need to.
Huh?
But it's extremely satisfying to. Can we do that? Like advertising on YouTube?
You mean like a mechanical keyboard?
Yes. It's very
Oh,
satisfying
yeah.
for you.
I had one of these years ago. However, let's put it this way: I have received multiple noise complaints, and I do not have one anymore. I mean, I do have one actually. It's somewhere in there. I bought Anne Pro 2. I had that one for a very long time.
But Jan, if you get noise complaints, you just have
Yes.
to try harder.
Yeah, I had this one for a very, very long time. And I had like
And these, my DAS keyboard is
retro keys and all that
13 years
stuff.
old.
Yeah, I had that, and after having that and my very complex NeoVim setup, I got what's it called? Like what happens to your wrists?
Carpal tunnel.
Yeah, carpal tunnels. So basically that's what I got thanks to these mechanical keyboards. And now I have this one because it's ergonomic, and actually my wrists do not hurt that much when I.
Which one? The Microsoft one or?
Oh no, it's like the so I was trying to get that one, but they did not sell it anymore, or at least they sell it with a like stupid keyboard that I hate, like layout. This one's like HP
Okay.
something.
Yeah.
However, what annoys me, and if anyone is watching that has any kind of a stake in that, why can I not buy a US ANSI layout of a keyboard from Logitech or HP in Europe? Like no one uses that like ISO layout that I know.
You have to get it on eBay, like I did.
Yeah, I
I
bought
got
it from
it.
American Amazon. Like literally, I paid like $40 for shipping, I think.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I got one because I also have a DAS keyboard and I love it. But it's like whenever I'm at the computer, it's just so nice. And even like the keypad, like the numbers and everything, it's just nice.
Yeah, well, I cannot have one.
Does it make sense to ping folks offline to add their thoughts to the
Yeah,
because
absolutely,
that feels like an offline thing.
absolutely.
Yeah. So should we maybe like wrap up? Is that what we're leaning towards right now?
I think
'Cause,
we can, if you guys
yeah,
want.
because I feel like coming into this, sometimes like, we could discuss all of this, but I think everybody individually should really see what they're feeling, or the people that are going to actually spend time doing it,
Mhm.
and then let's get a consensus, and when we meet on um, on Tuesday. But we'll have a Discord channel that's open that we could all congregate and go through this together.
Mhm. So,
Outside.
what we can do is, I'm gonna, we can all, you can all leave, right? I'm gonna stay here with my camera turned off, basically, just in case someone else joins, right?
Okay.
And if that doesn't happen, or we're simply over time, then I'm gonna tag all the maintainers, uh, basically kind of summing up what we did, pointing them towards this document, and please go ahead and uh, add something to it, right? Uh, yeah.
Got off the rails.
We could basically put something at the bottom of the document. I have read the document and I am happy with the answers provided, signed, and then name. And then
Yeah.
people can put their name in.
Actually, that's a great idea.
It
Like
would,
at the bottom, just say, please put your name here. Please put your name here if you have viewed and just reviewed this document.
I know it's just gonna be empty.
No. Let's like I will help you corral.
uh, entice people to read the document
Yeah. Like it's so
in
much
a
fun, guys.
non-forceful. It's in a non-forceful, non-threatening manner.
Yeah. No, sorry. Don't just scroll down and add your name.
And maybe
Oh,
you can just ask a question as soon as you sign from the
what we can do also is like a chat GPT trap, like use automatic like white font with like a prompt somewhere in the document, so like when someone just copy pastes it, it's still visible for the LM.
Oh, the formatting, so it's ChatGPT.
Oh no, like the reverse. If someone just copy pastes it into ChatGPT, they will also copy paste the white font that they haven't seen so far.
Oh yeah.
And like, we can tell it to like recite the whole script of Shrek, for example, right?
Oh yeah. Okay. Okay. Yes. So you can't really do that.
Yusuf?
Yeah, I just wanted to understand like what might be the area as a contributor, like as a user to contribute here.
Basically, voice your opinion, especially if you've had experiences with governance units like that, right? So, for example, Cyan had quite a lot, right? And he can comment on how it looks like in other places, or you can just simply research how it looks like in other communities. Maybe you can find issues that are known in these communities because of these decisions, right? And basically voice your opinion on how we should structure this governance. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, it's very open ended, but like, I mean, it's
Hmm.
it's governance.
And at the end of the day, we're going to be voting on it, so if if anything, like it's not gonna there's not gonna be anything that like really could get through that we're not gonna be like, oh, is this correct, is this not correct? So I think any contribution, big or small, is gonna be fantastic. A butterfly just went into my house. Sorry.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Great thing. I just looked over and I'm like, oh, it's so cute. Okay, anyway. Sorry. This is what happens when you just like leave your doors open. Anyway.
Okay. Cool. I see we're actually nearing the time when Tilo has to go, so that's fine. Oh, and by the way, we have a new code / syntax highlighting on our website, which was mostly done by Cyan, although I would like to say that I did add a little bit of help with that. And I think it looks very nice. You can actually copy code and stuff like that. I'm actually wondering, Cyan, can we make this tab smaller? Because it looks like it's
Yeah, we can.
looks kind of weird, but other than that, I think it's
Robin added that we should have a dark mode.
Yeah, I was thinking about that as well. Because I was actually for the cookie cutter template I made, I did basically a full CSS theming for our syntax highlighting. So if you go into here and there's a cookie cutter marp Flatcar, you can go to examples and download one of the slides, which is basically an example of how this renders. And in here, now this would be an equivalent of a light theme, right? There we go. Yeah, so this is something I made based on our website theming, right? So this would be an equivalent of a light theme. Yeah. I don't know what you think about that, but yeah. And maybe we could even publish that somewhere.
Sorry, I was muting. So yeah, we can definitely have that. Maybe we can add a few more themes and all, but yeah, on the maybe in the maintenance mode calls we can do this.
Hmm.
Or another thing, like I've been recently a big fan of the high contrast website. I have put my GitHub on high contrast. It looks amazing.
Oh, for me, it's like killing my eyes when I see it. The one I've been using most recently, I did not have it here because I'm on my Surface, unfortunately. It's the Graphbox.
Yeah.
I think it's called. It's ever going to, whatever. Like for me, this one is soothing, I would say.
Hold on, is this what is this? Oh, the colors for
Oh
your.
yeah, we're talking about themes.
Oh, okay. That's nice. It's very retro.
Yeah, it just doesn't strain my eyes. That's mainly why I use it.
Yeah, it's the soft colors.
Yeah. So like when I'm using like high contrast, I'm like, my eyeballs are popping out essentially.
All right, folks, gotta go.
Yeah.
Meeting. This has progressed a lot. Thanks for everybody for helping to drive this.
Absolutely. Thank you guys for joining. I'm gonna stay here muted and with my camera on. However, if you would like to talk, just ping me. I'm gonna post about everything we have done so far, and basically encourage folks to go to this document and post their ideas, comment, and whatnot. And huge thanks, honestly, huge thanks to all of you for joining in and helping us build it. Because you can see there's a lot of things to do and discuss and agree on, and yes, lovely bureaucracy.
Yeah, but really, thank you, Jan, because really you've done all the legwork here to get us to this point. So, thank you so much.
No worries, thank you as well.
Just want to say one last thing. Maybe we could put like a deep work sessions like that we were discussing, like, and we could put them on the actual Flatcar calendar, perhaps, like just the ones for like Discord, the Discord deep work. I don't know. That sounds weird, but you know what I mean.
Maybe we could do that using the events in the Discord like thingy.
Oh, okay.
Like this one here.
Oh, right. It's the only thing is I look at my calendar, right? I don't know if anybody else does.
We can
but
add
like,
there as well. Yeah.
right.
Shit.
I wish Discord had a calendar feature because it would make things a little bit more
But then
organized.
you will turn it into Teams,
I know. Well, could you ever do that? Really? Could you really destroy something? No, I'm just kidding.
right?
it
So, I mean,
would take a lot of work.
yes.
Okay. But yeah, if that's possible, and I don't think I have access, but also like yeah, that
Do you
would
have
be.
access to the calendar?
I don't think I could edit.
Really?
I see there's a bot that picks up the uh, Discord calendar events into ICS file or calendar.
Oh, maybe. No, see, it's just other people. Oh, maybe I can. But how about this? I'll add the one on Monday because I'll be here.
Mhm.
And I'll just do like a 3-hour window, and then people could join.
Absolutely.
The steering committee.
Discord events everywhere synced to any calendar app. Interesting. If you want to set it up, go for it.
Yeah, I'll do it for each. I'll do it for Monday and Wednesday, and then I'll
Right,
put it.
Mia, thank you for joining.
Thank you, everybody. Yeah, I'm just gonna do that real quick now. So I'll
Absolutely.
do those steering committee
I'll stop
reviews on
sharing.
Monday and Wednesday from my time noon. So it would be 1
Mhm.
to 4 CEST, and then I'll put it in Discord as well. And I guess
Can
for
you?
tomorrow, you could also do it tomorrow the same time, right? So it's like, is that
Yeah.
for you? So it's
Yeah.
1 to 4. I'll do
But
it.
that one would be tomorrow. One would be just for Discord, right?
No, both of them are just for Discord. All three of them are just for Discord.
Oh yes. I think that's
Yeah,
fine.
it's
Yeah.
and I'll just actually edit the description. Meet on Discord, and this is just for people that actually have the calendar, the Flatcar calendar. Like for me, it definitely because I could also see it on my phone. It's just easier for me to have it. Okay, so we have that, and then we'll just add, and that'll be for you 1 p.m. to 4.
Tomorrow 1 p.m. I think we end our shutdown.
Yeah,
So maybe a
exactly.
little
That's
bit
why. Oh, okay. Like a little bit later.
like half an hour
Half an
or
hour. I'll
something,
do
right?
half an hour each. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, so it's a half an hour. Yep, that makes sense. Oopsie. Got it. All right, I'm gonna just put it on Discord now. Or did you already start doing the event on Discord? No.
No. I haven't
Okay, I'll
touched
do it.
anything.
I'll do it.
Oh, can you create an event on Discord? Because I think
So
you need
where's your
MSA.
event? So I guess I'm doing it.
Oh, if you can, that's great.
Yeah. Should we just do like a meeting room, or should we do like? Can I make a new?
I would.
Hangout lounge.
I think I would just use the
meeting
Hangout
room.
Lounge.
Yeah, hangout lounge.
Yeah, so you can select that.
Okay, next. Okay, I got it. Oops. Okay. The steering committee. The steering and technical committee. Where is it? Here. We can't just give them like what. So it's I don't know how I could do like a repeated event, or do I just copy and paste the event?
You should be able to,
Okay, that's what I'm gonna do.
but I'm not sure if you can do it in a custom way. Like all of the ones for graduation or developers things or office hours I created are following a pattern. So you can create that. Uh,
Uh, and, let's see. All right, I'm creating the event. Let's see. Oh, I did it. I did it. I did it.
okay.
Amazing. And now if I can,
Tomorrow, 13:30. I'm interested.
and how
And
can I just?
oh, could you add all of the links to the documents, etc., and to the
Yeah, I will. I will. I'm just trying
description?
to. Before I do that, I just want to do the actual structure of the event.
Mhm.
See if I could even do it. Okay. How do I make the other, like you have events in series? How do I do
Mhm.
that? Edit event.
So when
Oh,
you create an event, and you can use the channel, then you go next. Oh yeah,
yeah,
that's when you
event
the event
frequency.
info.
Yeah, but it doesn't give me like choices. It's like
Yeah,
every
there's no
day.
custom, right?
No, it's not custom.
Yeah, so you have to just manually create 3 events, I think.
Okay. All right. That's fine. I will.
Announcements. Oh, new release.
I'll do. Oh no. Mhm. Okay, I'm just gonna do it. I will do the description and somewhere else, and then copy and paste.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, I think this is gonna be a lot of stuff with everybody. I just wonder now. I know a lot of people are still on, but I do wonder if like end of July is still gonna be feasible for us. I don't
Mhm.
know. I don't think so, because even if like our timeline ends up being that we get a vote in just for the implementation of the committees,
Yeah.
we still have to ask people to be part of it. But it could be, I wonder, we could talk to Dylan Page again and say, hey, if we have that voted in, while we go and search for people to be part of the committee, like, is that enough for us to still do graduation? Because it's
Mhm.
already going to be in governance. So that might be, they have said, like, if we see that you're doing XYZ, like, that's also enough sometimes.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah, personally, I think that you know, let's say everything goes very smoothly and fast, right? So
mhm,
let's say end of next week we have a document that is ready to be, merged into Flatcar, right? That
mhm.
describes some of these committees, and then we still need the restructuring of maintainer groups.
Yeah, so I've been actually working on that. Like that, I have a big document, which I haven't wanted to share because I'm like, I think it's actually technically I can, but it's more that we have this to worry about, and I feel like it's going to impact a lot of this other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
So just for your information, I created a PR um, in Safe Settings, which is what we use for
so
managing
yeah.
all that stuff. Now,
Mm-hmm.
it's not finished yet, right?
Mm-hmm.
However, this is the place where we would
I
basically
have it.
be um,
It's the open tofu.
yeah, where we would add a open tofu
Yeah.
pipeline,
Yeah.
uh, and basically, like, this is where that mapping of people to subgroups to permissions to repositories would happen, like program
Okay.
admin, right?
Yeah, I see that. I have never worked with this, so I would
Me
need.
neither, to be honest.
Oh, okay, okay. 'Cause I was
Like,
like, I was
so
thinking over.
I've worked with OpenTofu, of course, but with the GitHub's s- uh, because basically, so like there's an API that GitHub has, right? Where you like you use it and you say, oh, I want this and that person to be uh, in this and that group, for example, right?
Mhm.
OpenTofu or Terraform are a written configuration of what you want to exist,
Okay,
and
okay,
they call these APIs for you. So you say, oh, Lexi should be in this group, Sam should be in this group, Jan should be in this group.
okay. And all the permissions are
OpenTofu looks at
adjusted.
it, asks GitHub what is the state right now, and it figures out,
Yeah.
oh, so I need to add this person to this group because it's missing, but these ones
Mhm.
are fine, so I do not need to do anything. And this is
Okay.
what OpenTofu does basically.
Okay.
It's
And
written
is
as a
there's
configuration.
like a separate platform where you control all of this? Like, and
This is all being done in a CI pipeline on GitHub. However, you when it comes to adding people and making changes, you
mm,
do that via filing a pull request. And
okay.
in that pull request, a bot will tell you what it's going to do. Oh, so you want to change this. Okay, that means I will add this person here and delete this person here and change this here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So I can show you. Uh, it's called a module, which is
Are we still
basically,
streaming or
yes, we're
streaming?
still streaming.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
but
you
that's
are.
fine. Like,
Yeah, it's okay. Okay. I'm
I
like, is
mean,
this
it's
fine
like,
to talk
oh
about?
yeah, oh no, it's like everyone will know we have actually good IAM and security policies of using infrastructure as
Oh
code. Oh
no.
no, right? No, it's perfectly fine.
Bye, bye, Cyan.
Oh, by San, sorry. So I
Bye.
can share with you the one that I would like to use. I haven't used it yet, but from
Mm,
what I understand, did I paste in the correct one? I'm not sure.
okay.
Oh no, sorry, not this one.
Okay.
It's so hard to find that one. I don't know why. Oh, it's
Mm.
usually because like when you type in Terraform integration GitHub, it thinks that you're looking for Terraform integrations on GitHub for other things.
Yeah, I see.
Oh, okay, so
Yeah.
this is the one that we'll use. The next one. Actually, Robin and Irvin are here, so they might be able to
Oh,
comment on that.
there's something wrong with the live stream. Did you see? Oh no.
Nope.
YouTube just gave me a warning. Maybe it did that before and I didn't. What is? Oh, but it's just saying.
Oh, we're no longer live.
No, we are.
Oh,
I
or
guess
we are, yes. Okay.
it says that the stream's current bitrate is lower than the recommended bitrate. I don't know.
I think it's fine.
That should be fine.
Uh,
I haven't seen that warning before. That's why I'm.
now we
Anyway.
don't worry. So this second link is basically the Terraform provider. It's called usually, which is basically like a package that knows how to communicate with GitHub's
Mhm.
API. And in there, you can basically like set up these roles and teams.
Mm-hmm.
So, for example, here is documentation isn't usually like the best for things like
Mm-hmm.
that. Like here's an example of oh, GitHub organization role users example and role ID, and then you like attach users to that group, and then you give that group this and that access to this and the repository, right? It's done via a lot of configuration files, and that's it, right?
So basically, I mean, this is just with GitHub, but I guess we will have like uh, secrets and all these other things, and like access to like
Mhm.
one password and stuff like that. Is
We
that
would
going to be integrated with this, or?
so overall, uh, like if you were at a like a normal company that was like managing all of its stuff, you would. However, in our case, it's just uh, like it's simply hard to implement because of
Mm,
us using some of yeah, basically the services we use and the tools we have at our disposal do not make it that easy to connect everything this way. However, for GitHub, we can do it.
okay, that's fine. I mean,
Yeah, it's a work in progress for everything else.
yeah, that's okay. As long as we have like something that we can, especially with all of these groups that we wanted to do and all of these different levels of access.
This is the key here, because
Yeah,
GitHub isn't most important, really.
yeah,
You know,
exactly.
to Jenkins or Akamai, which we're using for our infrastructure, right? It's not that big of a deal to add someone even manually, even though we do have also configuration like that for these services.
Mhm.
But GitHub is like the main one, right? Like this is where our code lives. So this is like most important. Robin, Irvin, do you have any suggestions? Because you both also are very knowledgeable about infrastructure.
Sorry, I wasn't closely listening.
No worries.
Suggestions regarding what?
So basically, soon we will need to do a restructuring of maintainer and contributor groups. So, for example, instead of one huge bucket for all maintainers, you can imagine that there would be, for example, maintainers infrastructure, maintainers sysx, maintainers scripts, maintainers, websites, blah, blah, blah. And basically, and also contributor, like basically a lot of
Community and
buckets and groups and whatnot. And these would also follow the principle of least privilege. So, for example, let's say I don't really do anything with, I do very little with scripts repo, right? So I could be a contributor in scripts repo. However, I could be a maintainer in the infrastructure repo, right? And these give you permissions to different repositories and so on. And we're thinking about implementing that, not only through governance, but the actual factual implementation of physically creating these permissions, we could do using a Terraform provider for GitHub that I found. I shared it. It's in the 2 latest links that I provided. I haven't used it in the past, so this is also new to me. But I'm hoping this is what we need and it's actually going to work.
If we really go for hosting something like OpenBAO, we could create different roles and different roles there. So maybe there's one role for social stuff, like not everybody needs the credentials for Blue Sky, Twitter, whatever. And then you could assign different people different roles and differentiate there. And also from there, we could use our Terraform or other CI in order to access these credentials as well if they need it.
Oh yes, but this is for like GitHub org itself. So
So you
imagine,
mean on a repository
yes,
scope?
yes.
Okay.
So like imagine we create a team on GitHub called Nebraska maintainers, although one exists already, right? And through this automation via Terraform and a Terraform provider for GitHub, we can add, for example, I'll add Ervin as a Nebraska maintainer, right? And that gives him this, and that privilege to this, and that repository, right?
Also, I'm not sure how exactly to do this, but there's probably a way. I mean, we can use GitHub as our IDC, maybe they can reuse it.
As far as I understand, that Terraform provider does that. So if you open it up and scroll down, for example, you have sections like team members, team membership, team repository settings, stuff like that. Oh yeah, like so for example, oh, this is a good one, I guess. Can I link to it? Yes. The latest one I sent. So for example, resource GitHub team, like some team, and that some team can have a description, right? And it can be, it can have this and that permission to this and that repository, etc.
Yeah, we will probably get this working.
Yeah, I think so, right? I'm just I'm just slightly worried about us locking ourselves out accidentally.
We've spoken it into existence.
Yeah, just like everyone losing access to GitHub, and like, oh, that's the end of it, right?
I have friends at GitHub somewhere, right?
Oh yeah, Chewy sits next to one, I think. Still, kind of a small worry, right? So yeah, if you would like to help me implement this, because I already got like a million things, that'd be very, very helpful. Because this is also something that we like. This is a direct requirement because we need this division for CNCR graduation.
Yeah, we can do that together. Claire.
I have a PR open that just adds it's not even a draft really. It's even less. I can send it to you right now.
Jesus.
Yeah, and I think this could use a separate bucket for the state, just in case, right? Because also following the principle of least privilege, someone might just need the access to our Terraform for managing IAM on GitHub, but not need access to a bucket that is managing our infrastructure, right? So, yeah. So actually, Lexi, could you share with me and Robin your draft so far on the maintainers groupings and stuff like that, so we can like more or less know what to implement?
Let me get it out of my LLM first.
No worries.
Let me just finish doing this. I probably won't be able to get to it today, but tomorrow. Just
worries.
because I need to finish this, and then I have 2 meetings back to back and a third one until 6. And then football,
Important.
It's every 4 years, okay? So just let me
Every
be.
2 years, because you also got the Euro.
Yeah, that's true. And Euro is basically the same. I mean, it's better than.
I mean, the top teams are basically the same anyway,
yeah,
right?
Come on, who wants Argentina to play anyway?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got The Witcher 3 to finish. I am at 192 hours.
That's crazy. I got the book today.
Oh, did you?
It's still in the cover. But
Nice.
yeah, I'm excited.
You have a task for the weekend.
I know. Actually, tomorrow I'm planning to just be in the garden because I don't want to do anything really, and I just want to kind of do like some work. No, this is not tomorrow. Saturday. I don't know why it feels like Friday today. Oh, I know why. Because I'm going to Wimbledon. No, I'll still be here for half of the day. All right. I'm updating the document on with the Discord event. I added the links for the recordings already. And the governance discussion question. So and what time would it be? It's 12:30, so that means it will be 11:30 UTC.
Oh,
UTC.
Robin, did you want to say something?
Yeah, no, sorry. Did my mic trigger?
Oh no, I think you're just muted and unmuted, and I thought you wanted to say something.
Okay, cool. Just.
Has anyone else here played The Witcher 3, or is it just me?
I played it like 2 or 5 hours, so not really into playing single player games. But it's not an issue with the game; it's an issue with me playing games.
Nah, you gotta. I would imagine that the German version of The Witcher is much better than the English version of The Witcher 3, because like the translations must be more similar, right?
I'm not sure.
You gotta play
I
the game.
They're both good, so. So most people I know always switch their games to English. So yeah, not sure about this. But I also haven't played much of the other games. Lots of people enjoy like Elder Scrolls or something like this. Skyrim. I played like 7 or 8 hours. That's it. Fine for me.
Oh, so you're really not a single player type of
I'm not playing a lot of games either. but then also especially not single player games, and I'm also not that kind of fantasy fan. Like I don't read any fantasy books. I haven't even seen Game of Thrones. It's
Really?
just not genre. Yeah.
Okay.
You're not into they just came out again with the House of the Dragon.
I haven't seen that as well.
Oh, no, I love it. I'm actually trying not to watch it until the whole season's
Same.
together.
Same.
I hate weird.
Yeah.
So terrible. I'd rather just like
But-
wait until it's already over, or like not even over, but like it's like 1 or 2 episodes left, so that I could like make it there for the final.
But if
Yeah.
you keep watching it week to week, you get to watch all of these over-explanatory video essays on YouTube about each episode.
Yeah, who has time right now? The World Cup is happening, okay, in Wimbledon. Who has time? No, I'm just kidding.
No, but like same. I'm waiting.
Mhm.
Do you like watch like sci-fi or anything like that, Robin?
Oh no.
Just like
none
pure
of this.
realism.
Yeah, I also
Documentaries.
don't like movies or series with time travel. I really don't like this.
Oh, then you know what you would like? Have you heard about the game called Kingdom Come Deliverance?
I heard about it. Friends
It's
played it. but
very,
not
very
me.
realistic. And I'm into the realistic, like to the point where like you have to sleep correctly, eat correctly with correct intervals. Like combat is realistic, everything is realistic. You have to actually cook your own meals. You have to go
Yeah, I
to
don't
sleep.
need another simulator. I have my own life to cook and sleep at the right time. Yeah.
Ah, okay, okay. But you know, just so you know, it's out there.
Weird. Okay, I think I might drop myself because
Yeah, I think we
I
can.
need to. Yeah, I still have some more meetings with Tilo, and then our PM meeting. So I'm just.
Is it an ice cream?
Yeah, you hear it.
Yeah,
Should I go run? No, I'm just kidding. I just had lunch.
we don't have these anymore.
Where?
We don't have these anymore.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
so nice. It's like it's there all the time. Actually, I recently went to Hampstead because I'm really close to Hampstead Heath, and they had such a like gelatos. Like it was like it was an ice cream truck, but it was like really good Italian gelato. I'm like this is an upgrade from when I was a kid. But it's nice.
Yeah.
No, it's been quite lovely. Like especially here in Hampstead, like everything's just green. I just went to yoga before, and I'm like, wow, it's just so clean, and yeah, I don't miss
That's nice.
New York or Berlin, unfortunately, at this time. All right, guys. You guys don't have much left
So
here
actually,
anyway.
I can maybe do an outro and we can all finish because there's only 7 minutes left. So I think there's no point in waiting anymore. So once again, thank you all of you for joining and voicing your opinions and feedback and your thoughts and ideas. This is very important, and what is very important here is basically you are the key to actually getting this done. Literally, you will be voting for this. So it's also very important that you agree with it. And next time we will be semi-officially meeting on Tuesday, where we will have also a 3-hour-long open style session like this one. However, and next one is going to be Thursday, 16th. The final voting is going to be through email using the internal maintainers mailing list. However, also in the meantime, during all of these days, we will be unofficially meeting on Discord, working on these proposals, chatting, and everything. So if you have any more questions about anything, just ping me directly. And once again, thank you very much for joining, and enjoy your day.
Thank you.
Thank
Have a
you.
great
See you guys.
day. Bye.
Bye. See you.